with a big bang.
Ah, welcome to the References of Culture, Big Bang Theory style. During each episode, there are small references made by characters about modern culture, mostly by Sheldon, of course, and some of the time we are left thinking, huh? Well, time to make things clear for you. They can be anything from TV shows to music, movies, books and video games, even familiar actors or actresses. Oh my god, I just noticed how many there are. Let's continue.
Tonight, there will be 2 moons in the sky.
Number 1.
All right, I'm moving my infantry division, augmented by a battalion of orcs from Lord of the Rings.
The orcs that Sheldon is talking about are a race of creatures created by J.R.R. Tolkien, who were used as soldiers and henchmen by both greater and lesser villains of his fantasy books, which are The Hobbit in 1937, the Lord of the Rings trilogy in 1954, and the Silmarillion in 1977. Number 2.
We flank the Tennessee Volunteers, and the North once again wins the Battle of Gettysburg.
Not so fast. Remember, the South still has 2 infantry divisions.
The Battle of Gettysburg was fought July 1st through the 3rd in 1863, in and around the town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, by Union and Confederate forces during the American Civil War. Back in 2013, Gettysburg had its 150th anniversary of that great battle that involved the largest number of casualties of the entire war and is often described as the war's turning point. There are many movies based off this great conflict, including Glory, which came out in 1989, and also Gettysburg, which debuted in 1993. Number 3.
Remember, the South still has 2 infantry divisions, plus Superman and Godzilla.
No. Orcs are magic. Superman is vulnerable to magic.
Godzilla is a monster originating from a series of Japanese films of the same name. The character first appeared in Arishi Honda's 1954 film Godzilla and became a worldwide pop culture icon, appearing in over 32 films produced by Toho, numerous video games, novels, comic books, and television shows. Superman is a fictional superhero. The character was created by writer Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster, and first appeared in Action Comics #1, published on April 18, 1938. When Superman is not busy fighting crime, he protects his privacy and changes into the mild-mannered Clark Kent, who works as a journalist for the Daily Planet. As you can see here, there is no way possible that you can tell the two are the same person. Nope. Number 4.
All right, my boss says you have to either order or leave and never come back.
We don't eat here. I don't know what's good.
Well, it's all good.
Statistically unlikely.
This is the first time we see where Penny works, which is the Cheesecake Factory. And yes, it's a real place. There are just over 200 locations around the US. Just look at it. It's like looking at a high-class 5-star restaurant. But in the show, it looks like you're looking at your standard grandparent-owned place from the 1980s. Number 5.
Do you know who's in there?
Well, there's Leonard. And he's either with Leslie Winkle or a 1930s gangster.
The 1930s gangster that Sheldon is referring to when holding Leslie's violin case was used to hide the Thompson machine gun, sometimes referred to as the Chicago typewriter, and was remarkably similar to the shape of a violin case, hence to confuse everyone and hide suspicion. John Dillinger was one of the famous gangsters during that time period. Number 6.
So you're saying Leonard has a girl in there?
Well, either that or he's lost his tie rack and gotten really into Bryan Adams.
Oh, Leonard, you magnificent beast.
The song that is playing in Leonard's room during the tie on the door scene is called Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman, sung by Bryan Adams back in 1966. Number 7.
Can't we just go to Big Boy? They only have one burger, the Big Boy.
Well, the barbecue burger's like the Big Boy.
Why would I settle for something like a Big Boy?
Because you are not to act Big Boy.
The place Sheldon used to get his hamburgers at Big Boy is actually a real place today. It was founded back in 1936 by Bob Wyan. As of today, there are roughly 120 Big Boys. The mascot for the restaurant, Richard Woodruff. And over the years, the mascot himself changed to fit the style of the time. Number 8.
No. Orcs are magic. Superman is vulnerable to magic. Not to mention, you already lost Godzilla to the Illinois Cavalry and Hulk.
The Hulk is a towering, muscular humanoid possessing a vast degree of physical strength. He was created by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee back in 1962 with his first comic appearance. His alter ego is Dr. Bruce Banner, and the two exist as independent personalities. Besides comics, he's had a TV show that lasted 5 seasons from 1977 to 1982, and recent movies starring Mark Ruffalo, who plays Dr. Bruce Banner.
I am a god, you dull creature!
Number 9.
Charge the line with Shiva and Ganesh. Ganesh is the remover of obstacles and Shiva is the destroyer. When the smoke clears, Abraham Lincoln will be speaking Hindi and drinking mint juleps.
Shiva is one of the 3 supreme gods found in Hindu mythology and is known as the Destroyer. Shiva has many roles and powers. He is known to haunt cemeteries while wearing a headdress of snakes and a necklace full of skulls. He is also helpful to mortals and fellow gods. He acts as judge, rewarding the good and showing no mercy to the bad. Ganesh is the son of Shiva and highly recognizable with his elephant head and human body. He is widely revered as the remover of obstacles. As the god of beginnings, he is honored at the start of rites and ceremonies.
Tonight, there will be 2 moons in the sky.
Number 1.
Oh no! Make way for the fastest man alive!
The DC Comics The Flash is the fastest man alive. Using his super speed powers, he taps into the Speed Force and becomes a costume crime fighter. His real name is Barry Allen and first appeared in The Flash #1 back in January of 1940. Created by writer Gardner Fox and artist Harry Lampert.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. I fight crime and find other metahumans like me.
Number 2.
I'm not Peter Pan, I'm Robin Hood.
Really? Because I saw Peter Pan and you're dressed exactly like Cathy Rigby.
Cathy Rigby was the first American woman to win the World Gymnastics medal. She's also known for her Broadway play performance as Peter Pan. But when I look at Howard's costume, to me, he doesn't really look like Cathy Rigby from Peter Pan due to the hat, bow, and quiver. I think he looks like this Robin Hood. What do you think?
Hello, I'm Hood.
It's Robin Hood.
Oh, robbers,
the best, Mr. Hood.
Jolly good. And you're a robber, are you?
Number 3.
I call Frodo! Damn!
Leonard's costume is a cheap version of Frodo Baggins from the Shire. Frodo was one of the main characters in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, who was tasked to bring the One Ring to Mount Doom to destroy it. He is such an iconic character in the fantasy world, so it's no wonder that everyone wanted to be him for Halloween.
It's wonderful to see you, Gandalf.
Number 4.
You went with Thor?
What? Just because I'm Indian, I can't be a Norse god? No, Raj has to be an Indian god.
And you all look great. I mean, look at you, Thor, and oh, Peter Pan, that's so cute.
Raj's costume is the Norse God of Thor. Why he chose this instead of Marvel Thor or something more comic book or movie related is kind of odd. The differences between the Marvel Thor and the Norse mythology Thor are so vast that virtually the only thing they have in common is their name, their father's Odin, and they have a hammer.
Thor.
Number 5.
Oh, hey, when did you get here?
Danny is wearing the worst Catwoman costume I've ever seen, and that includes Halle Berry's.
She's not Catwoman, she's just a generic cat.
Raj is referring to the movie Catwoman that debuted back in 2004, starring the beautiful Halle Berry. Unfortunately, the movie was so bad that it only made $40 million in the US with a $100 million budget. I bet most of those people will want their money back. Anyways, my favorite Catwoman is Anne Hathaway's. What do you think?
You gotta be kidding me.
No guns, no killing.
Where's the fun in that?
Number 6.
Sheldon is neither sound nor light, but he's obviously the Doppler Effect.
So what are you supposed to be?
I'll give you a hint.
A brain damaged choo-choo train?
The Doppler Effect is a change in frequency or wavelength of a wave in relation to an observer who is moving relative to the wave's source. It is named after the Austrian physicist Christian Doppler, who described the phenomena in 1842. Here's an example of what it sounds like. Whoops, wrong one.
Tonight, there will be 2 moons in the sky.
Number 1.
Every Saturday since we've lived in this apartment, I have awakened at 6:15, poured myself a bowl of cereal, turned on BBC America, and watched Doctor Who. And I'll watch the last 24 minutes of Doctor Who, although at this point it's more like Doctor Why Bother.
Doctor Who is the longest-running science fiction TV show that started back in November 23rd, 1963, and celebrated its 50th anniversary back in 2013 with Day of the Doctor, which hit record viewership around the world. But of the 56 years of Doctor Who and 13 Doctors, we all know who the best one is. Tom Baker as the 4th Doctor. But that's just my opinion.
What's the meaning of this? Why aren't we going
I
down
promise you,
Russia?
everything possible is being
What
done.
are they doing
Yeah.
about it?
Have a jelly baby and don't forget to brush your teeth.
Number 2.
Well, with Wallowitz spending all of his time with your friend Christy...
She's not my friend. Friends do not get their friends' Care Bears all sweaty.
The Care Bears first appeared on greeting cards published in 1981. As their popularity rose, then came the plush stuffed animal versions of them in 1983, with 10 original bears, and then came the TV series, movies, and so much more. Number 3.
If we're all through playing Mock the Flawed Technology, can we get on with Halo Night? We were supposed to start at 8. It is now 8:06.
So, we'll start now.
The box Leonard is holding is Halo 3 for the Xbox 360. Halo 3 is a 2007 first-person shooter video game developed by Bungie, and the 3rd installment in the Halo franchise. The game concludes the story arc that begun in 2001's Halo Combat Evolved and continued in 2004's Halo 2. The initial release date was September 25th, 2007, and has sold over 14.5 million copies, making it the 3rd best-selling Xbox 360 video game at that time. Number 4.
There's my little engine that could.
Well, there's one beloved children's book I'll never read again.
The Little Engine That Could is an American fairy tale that became widely known in the United States after publication in 1930 by Platt and Monk. The story is used to teach children about the value of optimism and hard work. It was even made into a movie short back in 1991, and then a direct-to-video computer animated film in 2011.
Tonight, there will be 2 moons in the sky.
Number 1.
Entire premise of Fiddler on the Roof.
I'm not a big fan of musicals, but I love that show.
There's a universality to that story which transcends ethnicity.
Let's not forget it's got some really catchy tunes.
Fiddler on the Roof is a popular musical that started back in 1964 and was based off of a series of stories written by Mark Twain. It was also the first Broadway musical to surpass 3,000 performances and nominated for 10 Tony Awards and won 9 of them. In 1971, a movie based on the musical came out and made over $83 million. Number 2.
Now, do you really need the honorary Justice League of America membership card?
It says keep this on your person at all times. It's right here under Batman's signature.
The first appearance of the team known as Justice League came in a DC comic title called Brave and the Bold, number 28, published on December 29th, 1959. A group of superheroes are called together to deal with the threat of an alien invasion. The very first team consisted of Aquaman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Number 3.
Really can't go through. We have to go. Doogie Howser is on. Grandma, it's Doogie time.
Doogie Howser's been off the air for like 20 years.
Doogie Howser, MD, is an American medical drama television series that ran for 4 seasons on ABC from September 19th, 1989 to March 24th, 1993, totaling 97 episodes. The show stars Neil Patrick Harris in the title role as a teenage physician who balances the challenge of practicing medicine with the everyday problems of teenage life. Number 4.
You are the living embodiment of the beautiful Princess Panchali.
Oh, no kidding. Who is that?
A beloved character from an Indian folk tale. Forgive me, your highness, for I am but a monkey, and it is in my nature to climb. I did not mean to gaze upon you as you comb your hair.
The monkey and the princess that Sheldon talks to Lalita about are completely fictional, created just for the episode. I, just like many others, thought this was a real folktale up until now. Thankfully, a fan took it upon herself to create a wonderful fanfic story based on what she learned from Sheldon, and it's worth a read. Number 5.
It might speak to a cultural aspiration to have one's children enter the medical profession.
I bet you're right. I bet they love Scrubs.
What's not to love?
Excuse me, hello.
Scrubs is a TV show about a new group of medical students arrived to learn the ropes at Sacred Heart Hospital. The show debuted on October 2nd, 2001 to March 17th, 2010. A full 9 seasons with 182 episodes. Number 6.
Hello, Lalita. Raj, good morning. You may now thank me.
For what? Making me sound like a Simpsons character?
When Raj comments that Howard made him sound like a Simpsons character, is most likely Apu, one of the most beloved characters from the show. Apu is an Indian immigrant proprietor who runs the Tiki Mart, a popular convenience store in Springfield, and is best known for his catchphrase, "Thank you, come again." Number 7.
Every day at Disneyland, you can hire Snow White to come to your house. Of course, they prefer it if you have a kid.
Snow White is the first animated feature film that debuted in 1937. According to Howard, you can hire Snow White from Disney to have them come to your house for birthdays or any kind of children's party. As far as I know, you can't hire princesses from Disney to come to your house. However, there are professional cosplayers that do live character rentals for birthdays and special events. I hope you enjoyed this video of Episode Uncovered. Please remember to like and subscribe to become a member of Kripke's Corner. And don't forget to click the bell so you'll be notified of any new videos. I'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to leave me a comment or any questions you may have below. Thank you so much for watching and hope you return for more fun videos.